Hey, what's up, guys? NFL preseason week 1 is a wrap. Every team has now had their week 1 of the preseason game. Um, Main thing I want to discuss with you guys today is how did you guys think a lot of the rookies did? I thought Justin Fields personally looked really well. I'm not sure why my webcam keeps blinking like that. That is really weird. It's never done that. But yeah, I thought Justin Fields looked really good. I thought, for the most part, Trey Lance also looked really well. I mean, he had, I think, 3 or 4 receivers drop balls, so, really unfortunate there. But I thought Trey Lance looked really good out there. Zach Wilson, I thought, looked pretty solid out there as well. I mean, I didn't think there was really anything too crazy for Zach Wilson, but he looked solid. I mean, he only got 9 passes in there. That's not really a whole lot. Not really a whole lot to really see there with 9 passes, but yeah, I thought he looked really good for the most part. Trevor Lawrence also, I thought, looked really solid. I feel like he was holding the ball really long. Same with Trey Lance, actually. I thought they both held the ball for longer than they should have, but Trevor Lawrence was also patient back there in the pocket and let a really long, deep ball rip. Trey Lance, on his second pass ever, had an 80-yard touchdown, which I actually linked the highlight on my channel, so make sure to go check out that video. You can see his first touchdown ever. Mac Jones didn't really have the pocket movement that you would desire, but I thought he looked really good as a passer. I think he'll definitely be able to grow in that New England offense. I think there's definitely a lot to like there. None of the rookie quarterbacks really, none of them really showed a lot of red flags. None of them really looked like immediate busts, if you ask me. Again, for me, I thought the rookie that looked the best was probably Justin Fields. He really had that dual threat quarterback mechanic. I mean, he had 33 rushing yards and a touchdown on top of his, 140 passing yards and a touchdown. So I thought Justin Fields looked really good. Looked really good out there. See, there's a few people in chat. If you guys want to ask any questions or talk about preseason at all, definitely feel free to leave your questions in the chat. This is going to be kind of more of a, I talk with you guys, about the preseason type of thing. I don't want it to be, just me giving my opinions. I want to hear you guys' thoughts as well. So, what did you think of the first week of preseason? Let me know. Also, if you are just joining, I'm sorry about the webcam, glitching really bad. I'm not sure why it's doing that. Again, it really doesn't do that often, so I don't know why. Maybe I just need a new webcam. It's not a very great quality anyways, but yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, what did you guys most enjoy about week 1 of the preseason? I honestly watched at least a little bit of every game. The one I actually watched the least of was the Texans and Packers game, and that was because I was mostly trying to study some film on Zach Wilson, Trevor Lawrence, and then eventually Trey Lance. So didn't really get to watch much of that. Also didn't get to watch much of the Raiders-Seahawks game, but from what I've heard and the highlights that I've seen, Nathan Peterman looked really good out there. That was a game I don't believe any starters on either team played at all. So, definitely all backups there. I know there were some teams that opted to play all of their starters for a series or two, or I can't remember what team it was, but I want to say there was a team that played all of their starters for an entire quarter. I think it was the Broncos. Yeah, I think the Broncos played all of their starters for the first quarter, and that was interesting. They didn't play Cortland Sutton, though. I don't know if it's because injury is still a concern, if he's just not fully healthy yet. But yeah, they didn't play Cortland Sutton. So there's that. Yeah, I know at least the Panthers didn't play a single starter at all on either side. The Vikings, I don't believe, played a single starter. Patriots played Cam for, was it one or two series? It might have been an entire quarter actually. Yeah, they got some starting time as well. The biggest surprise for me there was Tom Brady. Tom Brady actually got an entire series out there. So did Patrick Mahomes. I was really surprised they put Brady out there, though, just because, he is a veteran. It is just week 1 of preseason, so you'd think if they did put him out there during preseason, it would be, it would be during, like, week 3 or so of the preseason, but it is what it is. I was really surprised about that. He even got sacked as well, so I'm kind of surprised that didn't really raise much of a concern for the Bucs, but then again, I mean, you still got to get him ready for the season. He's going to take hits during the season regardless, so, it is good to kind of get him out there and, get him some live action. But by that standard, I also think every team should play all of their starters, at least for a series or two, For me, I was kind of disappointed that the Panthers didn't play any of their starters at all. They didn't have anyone that's a starter out there. So that kind of sucked. I wanted to see at least a series or two of Sam Darnold. I wanted to see how his mechanics were in a live game. Matt Rule did say that he will for sure play week 3 against the Steelers. Not sure about week 2 against the Ravens, though. He hasn't really decided if any of his starters are going to play preseason week 2 against the Ravens, so that'll definitely be interesting to monitor. But yeah, I'm excited though. I thought it was a really enjoyable week 1 of preseason. I really did. There were a lot of rookies that were super fun to watch. Again, off the top of my head, the 5 first round rookie quarterbacks. I know he's not a rookie, but Jordan Love has been talked about quite a bit. It was basically his NFL debut. I heard he did really well. Again, I didn't really get to watch much of his play because I didn't watch much of that game. But I heard Jordan Love did really well. Let's see. We didn't get to see much Jamar Chase, surprisingly. He only had 1 reception for 16 yards. So I was a little bit surprised that he didn't play more. let's see. We got to see some Patrick Surtain. He actually had a pick six against the Vikings. Man, he looked good out there. He he was on his receivers, just completely locking them up. Patrick Surtain was fun to watch. It also makes me, as a Panthers fan, makes me think, damn, J.C. Horn really needs to come out here and perform. Because you've got Justin Fields and Patrick Surtain out here just completely balling out. So if J.C. Horn doesn't, play to that level or even higher, it's gonna make us look bad. But no, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see for sure. But yeah, I see there's a few more people out there. If you guys want to subscribe, leave a like on the stream, and also, talk in the live chat a little bit. I really want to discuss the preseason with you guys. I really want to hear your opinions and your side of the preseason. Really, what you enjoyed, what left you a little bit disappointed about it. So, definitely leave your takes on the preseason in the I'd say comment section, but it's not really a comment section. It's a live chat. So, leave your takes in the live chat. But yeah, I thought it was really enjoyable. I in the past really I haven't really watched like every preseason game like I did this year. I usually just kind of watch the Panthers preseason games. But yeah, I watched almost all of them this year, and it was it was definitely fun to watch. It was really enjoyable. Trying to think of some other players that really stood out to me. I thought that, which I know he's not a rookie. I know he's, wasn't really his debut or anything, but Broncos wide receiver KJ Hamler, he had I want to say it was like an 80-yard touchdown, and Drew Lock, he actually looked really good in that preseason game. Again, I know it was all the Vikings backups, but I thought he looked better than Teddy Bridgewater. I really did. I think Drew Lock is the QB1 in Denver. I think he will beat out Teddy Bridgewater for the starting spot. That deep ball to KJ Hamler, that was pretty. That was a pretty ball. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if he can do that type of stuff during the season. I know last season he really left a lot to be desired, but I thought he looked really good in the preseason. Let's see. I didn't really take a whole lot of notes too, so I can't just reference notes. But no, there was definitely a lot to be excited about for a lot of teams, actually. I thought it was a little bit interesting that the Washington football team played Ryan Fitzpatrick as much as they did. I want to say they played him for the entire first quarter. It was at least a few drives, so that was interesting. He looked pretty good though. His scrambling looked solid. He had I can't remember how long of a pass it was, but it was a fairly deep pass down the field a little bit to Terry McLaurin, I believe. That looked pretty good. Let's see. Who else do I think looked really good? I got to go through the games and kind of think here. no starters played in the Titans and Falcons game. That one, I mean, Titans kind of just dominated all around, offensively and defensively. Not really a whole lot to really talk about there because it was all backups. Lions played Jared. I think they played all of their starters for one series, I think. But yeah, they played Jared Goff, and he looked all right. Nothing special, but he looked all right. Hey, welcome in, Cade McDonald. What it do? Can't wait for for the season to start, dude. Same. I've been counting down. I've been counting down the days to the season. Got 25 days until the season opener against the Bucks and Cowboys, and I'm excited for it. It's coming soon. Was there anything you really enjoyed about the preseason? What were some of your takes from the preseason? I'm kind of just going through these games, kind of finding stuff that I enjoyed or surprised me or really disappointed me as well. I was kind of surprised Penei Sewell for the Lions actually allowed a sack against Gregory Rousseau. I was kind of surprised by that, but I don't think Lions fans need to be concerned. I really don't. I think Penei Sewell will be just fine. I think he is honestly still the best tackle in that draft. I think he'll be just fine with the Lions. I do think, however, they should have left him on the left side of the line at left tackle, but it is what it is. I'm a Cowboys fan, so I've just been looking at the Cowboys defense to get it together. Okay. Makes sense. I thought Micah Parsons looked pretty good during the preseason. I know in the Hall of Fame game he recovered a fumble against the Steelers. He looked pretty good there. Keanu Neal also looked really good. I think he forced a fumble against... What was it, the Hall of Fame game, or was it... It was against the Cardinals. He looked really good. I'm trying to think who else played. I don't think the Cowboys played too many defensive starters. As far as actual starters, though, I think Trayvon Diggs is going to have another good season. I thought he actually really impressed me last year. So I think another year under his belt with probably an improved pass rush. I think he'll be pretty good. Parsons has that it factor. He needs to not get baited so much, though. That makes sense, and that's a thing that you see you see a lot in the NFL, and it's coachable. It's something that coaches will be able to fix and make him more comfortable with it. So I wouldn't be too worried about that, but no, he definitely has that it factor. He can rush the passer. He can cover. He's good in run defense. He's a hard hitter. I think he'll be able to force a few fumbles this year. So yeah, I think it's gonna be fun to watch. For sure. By the way, if there's anybody out there that's not subscribed yet, if you guys could please subscribe, that'll be super appreciated. I am on the road to 350 subscribers. We're only 7 away. So if you guys want to help me out, that'd be super appreciated. But yeah, let me actually look at the Cardinals and Cowboys game. Cooper Rush is actually someone that really caught my eye, both during the Hall of Fame game and the game against the Cardinals. I mean, I know it's not much to really freak out about, but just in case there is a concern with Dak's injury or if he gets injured again, I personally think Cooper Rush is the best backup the Cowboys have. I think Tony Pollard is also going to be really good this year. I was hoping CD kills it this year. Yeah, CD Lamb has been killing it in training camp. It's like, it is all I've heard this offseason in training camp. I've heard CD's done really well. Cooper would be the third quarterback. Yeah, I know it's currently that Garrett Gilbert is QB2 there. I personally think Cooper Rush has the higher upside. I think he personally should be the QB2, but you know, again, it is what it is. Not a big deal. And Gilbert has the consistency. That's fair. Gilbert definitely he's definitely more consistent as a passer. Cooper, in my opinion, just has a higher playmaking ability, which I guess really as a backup you want the consistency over that playmaking ability more anyways, so that makes sense for sure. I saw quite a bit of Cedric Wilson both in the Steelers and Cardinals game. I think he's another guy you should be excited about. How do you feel about your Panthers? So regular season, I'm really excited for them. I think we've got a good pass rush. I think our secondary is a lot better than last year. I think Sam Darnold is an upgrade over Teddy Bridgewater, personally. I'm worried about our offensive line, though. Particularly the left side. I don't think we really have an answer at left tackle. I think it's gonna struggle. Preseason, I mean, really the only guys that will play a lot during the regular season are Terrace Marshall Jr. and probably David Moore. That's really about it. We didn't have any actual starters out there, so yeah, that'll be interesting. But I think it'll be good during the season though. I think our backups did solid, considering the Colts at least played some starters. I know they didn't have a whole lot of starters out there, but they played some. So linebacker core going. Linebacking core is interesting to say the least. I mean, I think between Shaq Thompson, who has been pretty decent linebacker his whole career, he'll be fine. Jermaine Carter has really stepped up over the last year. Even last year towards the end of the season, when he started playing, our defense just got a lot more energized and played a lot faster. I think Jermaine Carter's going to be really good for us this year. I was really excited about the Denzel Perriman pickup because I thought he was really, really underrated. But he's also been injured for the past 2 weeks at training camp, and it's getting kind of worrisome too. I don't know what the situation with him is. I don't know if he is going to be ready week 1 or really how he's doing. So if he's not ready week 1, it's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough season without him. But and then we don't have much linebacking depth. I don't think our backup linebackers are that good. So if our starters get injured, we could be screwed there. Excuse me. Here's one of your big name receivers go, right? Yeah, Curtis Samuel. He did end up with the Washington football team. When that first happened, it was kind of bittersweet. It was a thing that because the Washington football team paid him $11.5 million per year. I wasn't ready to pay our third string wide receiver $11.5 million. I just wasn't gonna do it. Guys, I'm so sorry about my blinky webcam. I don't know why it's doing this. Maybe it has a loose connection. I'll take a look at it after the stream and make sure it's fixed. But yeah, I wasn't ready to pay Curtis Samuel $11.5 million. And we picked up Terrace Marshall in the draft. So, I mean, he's a guy I'm really high on. I think he's going to have an incredible rookie season, and I hope he stays with us for a while. I really do. He also had an incredible game today. He had a 60-yard reception from P.J. Walker in I think it was the first drive of the game, actually. He looked really good. Looked really good for sure. So, really excited about Terrace Marshall. I want to know your opinion. Out of the 5 first-round rookie quarterbacks, so Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Justin Fields, Trey Lance, and Mac Jones. Out of those 5, who do you think had the best preseason debut? I personally think it's Justin Fields, but I also think that Trey Lance performed very well. He had a lot of receivers drop balls, so, the completion percentage issue wasn't on him, in my opinion. So you're sold on Sam at quarterback. Do you guys think he'll be in the market for a quarterback next year? Yeah, I think Sam looks really good in training camp. I have confidence in him. I think he can honestly have a solid season. I really do. He looks a lot more comfortable than he did in New York. But, again, it is only training camp. We haven't even seen him in the preseason yet. So we're not really sure yet. But so far from what I've seen, I think he looks good. Denver is full at quarterback right now. I think they need to trade a guy by the end of this. Yeah. I don't know, because I personally think Drew Lock is better than Teddy Bridgewater, in my opinion. I thought he had a much better preseason than Teddy. Just my opinion there. But I'll be honest, I don't think Teddy can really be an NFL starter anymore. Maybe on a team like the Giants, I think he could probably be better than Daniel Jones, potentially. But, I don't know. Say 3 potential starters. I personally would disagree with that. I don't think Brett Rippon is a starting level quarterback. He's decent. He's a solid backup. I think he could be a QB2 on another team. But I wouldn't put him as a starter. But Drew Lock impressed me. Drew Lock really looked good yesterday. I thought his deep ball to KJ Hamler was really impressive. I want to say he threw it like 50 yards down the field, and it was accurate too. Like, it wasn't really thrown behind him, didn't overthrow it. It was an impressive throw. So I think Drew Lock is definitely the QB1 there in Denver. For sure. But hey guys, I see we're 6 subs away from 350. If there's anybody out there that's not subscribed yet or left a like on the stream, please do so. It really helps out the channel. I really want to hit 350 as soon as possible. But yeah, I appreciate that. Who are the top 3 quarterbacks in Denver? Well, they have Drew Lock, and then they have Teddy Bridgewater and Brett Rippon. So, I don't think Brett Rippon is a starting level quarterback. I think he's a backup quarterback at best. Teddy Bridgewater, I just don't really think he has it anymore. I think he's like a high-end backup quarterback. If he wants to stay in Denver, I think that's fine. I think he could potentially be better than Daniel Jones, though, if he were to go to the Giants. But the way the league is right now, I don't think he really has the big playmaking ability that, quarterbacks need. So, I personally don't think he would be a starter. But, yeah, that's just my opinion there. I don't think we're gonna go for too much longer. We don't really have many people in here. But yeah, definitely stay tuned. I might end up doing possibly another stream later on tonight. I know a lot of people are probably busy during the day and might be more available during this evening. So I might actually go live again this evening. So I definitely check that out. Thinking of the Bears with Fields, they have 3 potential starters. Oh, yeah, Bears. Yeah. Yeah. I could agree with that. Andy Dalton is pretty underrated. I think if the Bears didn't have Justin Fields, I think he'd definitely be a solid starter for them. I think he's an upgrade over Mitch Trubisky. I think Justin Fields is the best quarterback on that roster, though, personally. And Nick Foles is debatable. I think if he went to like a super quarterback needy team, again, maybe like the Giants, I think he could be solid there. I'm not real high on Daniel Jones. I think he fumbles too much. I don't think he really has a super high playmaking ability, in my opinion. So, but yeah, no, the Bears definitely have some solid quarterbacks there. They do definitely need to figure out the situation with Nick Foles, though, because if I understand correctly, I think he's getting paid like $20 million over there still. And then they're paying Andy Dalton $14 million. I mean, they're basically paying like high-end quarterback money for, 3 solid quarterbacks, when really I think they should just have Justin Fields and Andy Dalton and then kind of like a decent quarterback 3. But yeah, guys, I think I'm gonna go ahead and actually wrap up here. Thanks for hanging out and chatting. I will probably go live either later tonight or else maybe tomorrow. I'm also uploading videos for like NFL news, so definitely stay tuned for that. Yeah, I think Watson will also, if not this year, I think he'll be on the market next year for sure. But yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for hanging out. I will see you next time. Later.